Coucou les amis, it's Camden and welcome back to the Baguettes and Bicyclettes YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be saying some words that are difficult to pronounce in French. And just a little bit of background, I'm an American expat living here in France for almost 3 years now, and I'm teaching English. But before that, I studied French at my university in the US and I wanted to become a French teacher. Now, I know some of the YouTubers here have already done a couple of videos about pronouncing difficult words in French, so maybe you might hear some repeat words, maybe you'll learn something new. So even though I've been living in France for almost 3 years now, I've studied French and I've even taken specific phonetics classes to improve my speaking, there are still some words and sounds I struggle with, especially the kind of sounds that don't exist in the English language, like the difference between the U and the OO. We don't really differentiate in English, we just kind of have a OO sound, and the French R, the R, and the nasal vowels. If you're interested in improving your accent in French, I do have another video, which I'll link below, with some tips on how you can improve your speaking. Alors, I've gathered a list of words from the internet, textbooks, and from my personal experience. And just a little disclaimer, if I pronounce these words and it seems easy when I do it, I said before I've studied French for a long time and phonetics, but there still might be some sounds that I don't get 100% correct. And having an American accent is sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing. Sometimes when I'm out in public trying to speak, it can be a little annoying if there's a particular word that's hard to pronounce or if I slip up a little bit. Other times it's not a big deal, but ultimately it's a reminder of my roots and also how much I have studied and worked so hard to learn a new language. All right, allez, let's go. All right, so I'm going to be saying these words one by one, and a lot of these words, as I said before, with some of the difficult sounds in French that are hard for English speakers, like the U and the OO, a lot of these words have that, and especially in combination with the French R. So if you see a lot of similar words, that's why. Those are just the hardest words for me to pronounce personally. I'll also try to break the words down a little bit to kind of work on how I can say them better and maybe give you all a few tips on how you can say them as well, and also how you can approach difficult words in French for you. So this first word I've seen on a couple of lists of the most difficult words to pronounce in French on the internet, and that is bouilloire. I have a little prop here. And that just means water kettle in French, like an electric kettle. And I think this word is especially hard to pronounce because it's got that special oo sound, some diphthongs in there like oui, oui, and the y sound as well as an R. So bouilloire, bouilloire, bouilloire. So one thing to do when you're speaking French is to really kind of almost exaggerate the vowels, especially in English. We're kind of lazy with how we say the vowels, but in French it's very clear, and maybe you want to study what mouth shapes you should be making for each vowel. So bouilloire. And sometimes when I'm saying this like in a sentence, I accidentally add another R into it, like bouilloire. But it's bouilloire, okay? Bouilloire. Okay, the next word is Syrupy. So not keys, but I believe this is the place where you go to get your keys copied or keys made, or where they fix locks. I'm not sure, maybe I'll put the real definition down below if I'm wrong. So Syrupy, Syrupy. So Syrupy. One tip when you're pronouncing words that are difficult in French is to break the words up syllable by syllable, and this will really help you. And then you can put it all together. So Syrupy. So lots of R's, and then you have that U sound, which is hard, especially when you have an R right before that. So Syrupy, Syrupy. Let me know how my pronunciation is in the comments, but be nice. Also let me know if you try to pronounce these words and if it's fun, if it's hard. I want to know. Numéro 3 is chirurgien, chirurgien. And that means surgeon. So again, as I said before, a lot of these words might sound similar because the U and the R together are especially hard for me. So chirurgien. Also, there's a little nasal sound at the very end. So chirurgien. This next one is on a lot of lists on the internet as well. It's écureuil, écureuil. And this has another hard sound, the a sound. Écureuil, écureuil, œil. It makes me think of that little cat meme. Have you seen that cat where it's coughing and it's like, écureuil? So you kind of have to make that little sound when you're pronouncing this word, écureuil. Here we go again. Another R, another U, another diphthong. It's bruit, bruit. So the R is kind of really subtle for this one because you kind of gonna get into that diphthong after bruit, and this means noise, so bruit. This is pretty hard for me to say, but I don't know, it's okay. As long as you can understand what I'm saying, that's all that matters, okay? Bruit, bruit. And to get that diphthong in there, you kind of have to go U, U, E. So the U sound, your tongue is touching your bottom teeth, U, E. And you gotta go wide for that E sound, so bruit, 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 bruit. It's hard to get that R in there sometimes for me. Bruit. 5 is fourrure, fourrure, fourrure. Again, more U's and O's and R's. And fourrure means fur. Fourrure, fourrure. It's really hard when there's an U and an U sound in the same word sometimes because you kind of have to switch quickly to get the difference between those sounds. And it's important to make the distinction between these sounds because in French, it's important because you might make a mistake, like, for example, the difference between en dessous and en dessus. So the difference between above and below, so that can really impact the meaning. The next word is the name of a town close to where I was a tapis assistant. I lived in Montbéliard, but this next word is a city in Alsace. It is Mulhouse, Mulhouse, Mulhouse. Again, really difficult for me to go from the U to the U. Mulhouse, Mulhouse, Mulhouse. Huit, huit. Huit is not the next word, it just means 8 in French because we are on the 8th word. And huit is actually pretty hard as well, and I didn't realize, so that's a bonus word in there, another diphthong for you. And this next word also has a diphthong, but a different kind of diphthong, so it's aérer, aérer, and it means to aerate. So my roommate and I, we take turns aerating our apartment because we live in the city and sometimes we want some fresh air inside, even though it's a city. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, being inside all the time, we want to get some fresh air. And so aérer. I like to say aéré on accident sometimes, like, because it sounds like aerate in English, but I have to remember aérer, 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 aérer. Number 9, neuf, is not the most difficult, but it does have a lot of things in there, a lot of the sounds I've mentioned before, the R, the U, and some nasal sounds as well. So it's régulièrement, régulièrement, régulièrement. And finally, number 10, 10, is fructueux, fructueux, fructueux. So fructueux. So U, fructueux. And again, to help you, you can break it down. So the first syllable is fructueux, fructueux. And this word means fruitful, fructuous. I'll put the definition right here for you. All right, and just to recap my tips, break the words down by syllable, and then smush them together. That'll help you work on the individual sounds and then say them all together. Also, pay attention to the shape of your mouth, because that can really impact the sound. As I said before, the U and the U. When you say U, your tongue is touching your bottom teeth, but with the U, it is not. And I've got more tips like that in my 10 tips to improve your accent in French video, as I said, which I'll link below. All right, let me know in the comments which word is the most difficult for you to pronounce, or if they're all easy for you, and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see next. All right, bisous bisous, à la prochaine!